Hello and good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday morning.
Good morning.
You know, when we got that, when I did
That's
that,
always a holiday, right?
exactly. And when we did that, the opening, the music for the opening intro thing, man. Now, whenever I hear that, man, it just brings a big old smile to my face. You know, it's just like, yeah, going home for a little bit.
Exactly.
So, how you doing, Shannon?
You know, one of the great things is about today.
What's that?
Doing good. How you, man?
Good. Doing
one of the
all
great
right.
things about today is we were almost on time. It was 10:01 when we came on. It's some kind of record for us.
Oh man, oh man. I want to thank everybody right off the top. Everybody, I apologize again for last week not being able to make it, but I want to thank everybody for their thoughts, prayers, and well wishes throughout the week. It means a lot to me, man. It really does. You guys are the best, man. You're awesome. So, but I'm back, feeling pretty doggone good today. It's Comic Book Memories Day. We're ready. Let's do it. So, can't wait. So, what do you think? Should we already open up the gates for the peanut gallery?
Yeah, let's open that jar up and let them spill out. What do you say?
All right, here we go. And good morning to everybody in the peanut gallery. Thank you once again for joining us.
Welcome, all you wonderful salty nuts.
Oh, let's see who we got in here. We got Easy Comic Reader starting us off as usual to the tune of White Rabbit, he says. Jefferson Airplane. The first verse.
Take it away, Rod.
Well, we snuck in. Mastodon snuck in between. So we'll say hi to Mastodon as well. And now we're going to go. All right. I've been practicing this before we came on. So I'm going to try and do you proud here, ECR. Here we go. One book you get in a barter, and one you buy off the wall, and the others you left behind are now someone else's haul. Go ask Rod and Shannon. They've got them all. Yes!
That was it, man.
Oh,
made me want to grab my face over here.
Oh man, thank you so much, Easy Comic Reader, again for your creativity. Your music creativity starts us off. We look forward to it every week. Thank you so much, sir. Hope I did you proud.
You did.
All righty. And he's
ECR saying morning to Mastodon. Good morning, guys.
He's saying good morning to everybody.
Mastodon, hope you feel better this week, Rod.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. I do. I feel back to normal. Thank goodness. I appreciate it. And Gratu is here with us from the Hotel Orloff in rural Retreat, Virginia. Great to have you with us again, Gratu. Was watching some of Gratu's stuff yesterday. Really was getting into his comic collection, man. And
that's some great stuff.
I even put in a little suggestion either yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, about possibly showing his Aurora model collection. Because
I'd like to see that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got tons of them out there. You see them sprinkled throughout the hotel there, and I would love to see them see a show where you show all of those Gratu. So maybe someday.
And Dr. Von Chill's in the house. Howdy, y'all.
Hey. Good morning, John. Great to have you with us. How's Pauline doing today? And he says, y'all raring to go. Yes, sir, we are.
Easy comic reader, LOL.
Quite Enough Sayer is with us again today. Howdy, sir. How are you? Thank you so much for being with us.
UNS, glad to have you. Mastodon Joe, Dr. Vonchella.
And Lady M. Maranya is with us again this morning. Good morning to Rod and Shannon, the wonderfully nutty Peanut Gallery, and all the nuts of the day out there. Thank you so much for being with us again, Maranya. I
Good
missed
morning,
everybody
Lady
last
Maranya.
week. I really did, man. I missed everybody.
Ranger Sly's in the house. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, buddy.
Good morning, Ranger Sly, our neighbor to the north. Welcome aboard. And Mastodon says, it's go time.
Oh, the professor's in the house. Oh, good. They're awake. I was worried for a minute. Now, see, I told you, I said, if we show up like a minute or two late, he's going to be on the ball on that stuff.
He did too. He did. Oh, man. And Mastodon Comic says, good morning, Mr. Breen.
And Hippies is in the house. Greetings, people of Earth.
Hey, great to have you with us again.
Yeah, I saw his video where he was back out in Phoenix with his compadre, Sophia. Good little video. Man, that kid has grown.
Yeah. I have not seen that one yet. I have to go check that out.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Oh, my gosh. No, Sophia's not allowed to grow up because that just means you and I are getting older.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling my son and daughter-in-law and my other daughter about our grandkids. And they're like, crazy.
Can't stop it either. You can't stop it. Stay a kid, will you? And Lady M says, hey, John, how are you and Pauline doing this morning? We all want to know how Pauline's doing.
Mastodon says that tune was the bee's knees, Rod.
You are too kind, sir. Thank you very much. Don't look for any albums dropping, though. That ain't happening. And Jackson Roykirk is with us. Hello, Jackson. Welcome aboard,
morning,
sir.
Jackson.
He says, hello, folks. Ready for another
ECR. ECR said you done good, Rod.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Michael Taylor is in the house. Good morning, Michael.
Good, Michael. Great to see you.
And Michael says, very good. Easy comic reader. Very clever. Yes, sir, Bob.
Dr. Vonchella, Maranya, we're doing great. I just fed Pauline, so she stays out of my hair for the next couple of hours.
And Hippie's Collectible says, back to normal? Yeah, that's true. What is normal, right?
What is normal? Look behind us and ask us what normal is.
Oh, man.
Maranya says, good luck with that, John. Remember, she's a cuddle bug.
Oh, gotta love that. And Higgy Pop is in the house. Hey, Higgy. How you doing, brother?
Good morning, Higgy. How's it going, my friend?
Great to have you with us again.
Hippie's Collectible said, hey, John.
I thought my cat was over here meowing for a minute. One of our cats. Michael Taylor says, I'm glad you're better, Doc. You're very important to us. Well, you're too kind, sir. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said at the beginning, I want to thank everybody for your well wishes, thoughts, and prayers. Yeah, you hate getting sick and everything, but the worst part about it, I don't mind being sick, but I just didn't want to not do the show. I mean, this show means a lot to both Shannon and I, and we look forward to it every Saturday morning. We look forward to seeing you guys. I mean,
you know, and everybody understands. I mean, your health comes first. You take care of yourself, and then we can always do this. So
exactly, and we're doing the best. We're doing the best we can right now. So hopefully we are on an upward trajectory. I don't know what the word is. Trajectory. I'll just make words up. I don't care.
We got our own vocabulary here.
That's it. Why not, right? Oh.
And hippies are saying yo to Higgy.
And Higgy's saying Higgy. Oh, no, that's Hippie saying Higgy again.
That darn autocorrect.
Oh, I hate
What's
it.
up, Gift?
And it's not
Oh, he was quick with that one.
Yeah. And he's laughing about it too.
Higgy Pop, says ECR.
Dr. Vonchilla says Pauline is beyond a cuddle bug. She's straight up an angel on earth. Easy to believe. Easy to believe. They're so cute and cuddly when they're young, and they get better with age too.
Higgy Pop, easy, my man.
Michael Taylor says, good morning to Dr. Vonchilla.
And Maranya says, now I can have the two best things to enjoy on a Saturday morning. This show and my bowl of shrimp and cheesy grits. Always with the food. Always with the food.
I don't have cheesy grits, but I do have a bag of the world's greatest cheddar cheese popcorn right here.
Oh, awesome.
So that's my morning snack right there. I just discovered that about, 8 months ago at the local grocery store. And man, I'm telling you, that takes me right back to being a kid.
Oh, I can imagine.
And Michael Taylor said, good morning to Eric Breen.
And Hippie says, I keep telling her that. I'm sure that's to Sophia.
Dr. Vonchilla says, howdy, Mastodon, Michael, and everybody.
And Eric's morning, Mastodon, and Michael.
And Michael Taylor says, good morning to Doc and Shannon. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, sir. And Jackson's good morning, Aranya, Michael, Higgy, Dr. V, Ranger Sly, Mastodon, Hippie QNS, and Eric.
I think he
That's
covered
the way to get it all done
right
in one shot, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Werewolf by Lunch has joined us. Thank you very much for hanging out with us this morning, sir. He
Welcome.
says, what's
Glad
up?
to have you.
He says, I'm watching in bed. Not a bad deal if you can do that.
Yeah, that was me the other night when the fossils were on. I'm always, I'm getting ready for bed about 8 o'clock. So I was okay, I'm going to check in here and I'll get on the chat for a couple of minutes. I'm like, okay, guys, I'm out. I got 4:30 comes early. Hobbs.
Hippie's Collectible says, hi, Jackson.
Dr. Von Gel says, old man strength is not a myth, eh, Rodney? Let it rip, bud.
There we go. There you go. As long as they ain't shoveling dirt on me, I'm doing all right. Werewolf by lunchtime. He says, the Jackson.
Higgy Pop says, hey there, Jackson.
And Ranger Sly says, good morning, Jackson.
The Mastodon, speaking of Higgy Pop, fantastic videos of late, sir. I have to agree wholeheartedly. I mean, every entertaining, and there's always something new, and there's always a different persona. He's got all kinds of guests coming in, and it's just great stuff, man. I love it.
That one, you must have seen it. I know you've seen it, and I hope everybody else has seen it too. That one he did with the football thing. Oh my gosh, I died.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was great.
Number one, just seeing him come up with all the football gear on and everything, it was like, oh, that's just an image that I was in tears by the end of it. Right. It was great. Oh, let's see. Dr. Vonchilla said I had to put Pauline in her timeout crate while I fried some bacon this morning. I had no choice, he says.
And Mastodon, well done on the use of the Jackson. I see what you did there.
And Maranya says, unfair to Pauline. She deserves a bit of bacon. A kitten after my own heart, she says.
Jackson Roykirk. I see, Mastodon.
And Dr. Vonchilla says, a bit of bacon to Pauline means all of it within 30 seconds. She's an absolute savage, he says.
Ronnie says, like I said, she and I are kindred spirits. I have no doubt.
Oh, well, that catches us up with the peanut gallery for the moment. So we're going to jump into today's topic, and that is rabbit holes, random rabbit holes that we've gone down. And it's just a cleverly worded way of saying, yeah, we're going to show a variety of books. Oh.
See what we did there?
So hopefully you'll all enjoy it and join in like you usually do. I don't think we're going to have any problem there. I don't think there's too many shy peanuts in the peanut gallery. So you guys just let it rip. Shannon, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I just started pulling random stuff out. I think I talked to you about this. I've been wanting this series for a while, and it was a 12-issue maxi series from 1988. It was called Silverblade, and it was by Cary Bates and Gene Colan. Big Gene Colan fan. I always loved Cary Bates' writing. Well, as I was pulling these out, I was like, okay, where's number one? I can't find number one. I looked everywhere that it should be, everywhere that it could not be, and I couldn't find number one. Anyway, the thing about number one is it's got a pull-out poster. And so as soon as I saw that and I saw the poster, I was, oh, well, I got to have another copy that's, got the poster included because, I'm going to hang that poster up because it was.
There you go.
It was awesome. But anyway, I'll find number one sometime and I'll try to show it whenever I find it. But here's number two. Great Gene Colan stuff. And for those of you that don't know about this book, it's about this guy. He's like a retired film star, and he was did swashbuckling roles and adventure type stuff and horror and sci-fi and all this kind of stuff. And, he's in his twilight years, and he just kind of stays in his home. And one of the little kids that played in his movies when he was younger is actually as his caretaker, and he's like overbearing and he just makes the poor kid or the grown-up kid do all kinds of crazy stuff. And there's another character off screen. So I'm going to have my revenge on, can't think of the guy's civilian named Jonathan something or another. But anyway, through all this stuff, somehow or another, a voice comes, and it was sort of like what happened with Hawk and Dove. You remember that, Rod? All of a sudden there's a voice. Okay, you're the good one, and you're the
exactly
and all that.
Lords of chaos and order.
Yeah, all of a sudden it de-aged him, and he could become like any character that he played in any of his movies. And it was pretty interesting concept, And of course, you got Gene Colan and Cary Bates, so lots of good stuff. There's number two. Number three. One of these covers may have been the poster. I can't remember which one, but like I say, I'm sure I'll find that book after the show is over. There's number four. And this thing is cheap. I mean, you can get these probably for $1 or $2 a piece. It's one of those little series you never hear about. Oh, and here we got something good. Here, Gene Colan drawing a vampire.
Oh, look at that one.
We're all about that, right? Because everybody knows what he did on Tomb of Dracula.
Yeah.
And here's number 7.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah,
look at that.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that pops.
Yeah. I guess that was one of the characters he played. Here's a good cover. Here's number 8. Little Gene Colan, you can't go wrong, right?
Nope. No, sir.
Number 9. And like I say, anybody that's interested in this, you can get this, on the cheap.
A lot of these I have not seen because I've never seen the whole entire series together.
Yeah. I think I ordered the whole lot. I got it off eBay, but I think it came out including shipping. It was like less than $2 a book. So, and I normally don't talk about money or how much something costs, but if it's a bargain, and if somebody else wants to get it, I always try to mention it. Here's number 11. I've just read the first issue, so I'm not really sure how it ends up. But
I like that cover too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That split cover.
Yeah, here's number 12. And that's Silverblade. So recommend that one. Just had some romance comics from some I bought a few months ago, hanging out. So here we got some Charlton romance. Time for love.
Wow. I wonder how many romance titles they actually put out, man. Because some of them I've never ever heard of before.
Right. Well, I've been meaning to go back and just see how many titles total that Charlton had. I know it had to be like in the hundreds.
Mm.
And here we go. Time for love number 29. And look, there's something for Eric Breen, a pinup poster of Bobby Sherman.
Oh,
hey, worth the price of admission right there.
Yes, sir, Bob. Bobby Sherman's the man.
Number 27. I'll send Eric the poster of Bobby Sherman. I'm going to pull out the poster of Susan Day there.
There you go.
And we got some Time for Love. Number 30. And Rod, I'm going to pull this poster out for you. We got some David Cassidy in there.
All right. I think I love you. I'm ready.
And here we have a nice square bound book. Queen size special, Mad About Millie, number 1.
Oh, that's on my hit list.
Yeah.
That is on my hit list. Square bound, baby.
These nice square bound books, man. Just, you got to love it, right?
Yes, sir.
And here's I'll show a couple more 4-issue miniseries here. These just, I like the characters. I like the writer. And anybody that's read James Robinson's Starman probably knows about this.
Shade.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tony Harris doing the covers.
I don't remember that.
Yep. Came out in, when was it? 97.
Wow.
This is another one that's really good. You can find that on cheap. Yes, he says from the pages of Starman.
I was going to say, this is in conjunction with the Starman thing.
Right. And of course, you watch the Stargirl show. You know he shows up in the show.
Yes.
Well, here we go. We got a Jay Garrick cover on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going on the list.
Yeah, one of my top 2 or 3 favorite characters of all time, Mr. Jay Garrick, the original Flash.
This is going on the list.
Yeah. And here we have the last issue, number 4.
And this was 97, you said?
Yes, 4-issue mini.
Yeah.
Here's another 4-issue mini from, what is it? I think late 1988. And I had one issue of this. I think I had issue number 4, but I never had the first 3 issues. But I always loved this character because I'm a fan of the Suicide Squad when they started the series after Crisis. And he was one of the members of that. And, of course, he was in the movie, too. But here's a 4-issue miniseries of Deadshot.
Yes, that I have. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, this is awesome, man. I love this series. Yeah. You know, off the wall stuff, you know, but it's good. I mean, got John Ostrander and Kim Yale on the scripts, and Luke McDonnell. And Luke McDonnell's another one of those guys that kind of overlooked. I mean, he did, he did Suicide Squad. He did some. I know he did a lot of Marvel stuff. I know he did a few Justice League International issues, and I think he did some of the last issues of the original Justice League. So, like the art. Here's number 3.
Nice.
So another one you can find on the cheap. It's a really good read. Like Higgy says, read your comics. They'll make you smart. I don't know if they made me smart, but they give me eye strain. Number 4. All right. That's all I got right now.
Oh, all right. Let's bring it back in here. All right. Let's see. Let's go with this one. Up close and personal. All right. Well, let's go back and check out the chat here. I'll let you take it away.
All right. Michael Taylor. So speaking of under the weather, Graphic Man he'll be out for a whole. Yeah. I wanted to mention that. I don't get a chance to watch the Fossils all that much just because of the time thing, but I think maybe Michael Taylor or another one of the guys mentioned, so, well, you know, because I mentioned you being under the weather, and he said, well, prayers to him and Mike. And I said, what's wrong with Micah? And I went back and I watched watched that stream, and he told me, he was having some health problems and he'd be out for a while. So prayers going up for Micah. Absolutely.
Yep. I mean, I've talked to Micah a few times over the past week and a half or so, and he's in good spirits. I passed along our well wishes and everything. Told him to keep us in the loop. So, Micah, I know hopefully you're out there today. If you get a chance to see this, we're hoping, praying for you, brother, and can't wait to have you back and get the four color fossils back on the road. All righty, we have Jackson Roy Kirk says, "Ooh, a new book to write: The Savage Claws of Pauline."
Oh. Mastodon said, "Little fur balls will get you every time, Dr. Vonchilla."
Michael says, "I meant wow." Oh, okay, all right.
Dr. Vonchilla, indeed, Mastodon.
And Mastodon says, "Fantastic cover on that Silver Blade too."
Oh yeah, it's those covers are awesome. And Michael, cool Silver Blade cover. Yeah, it's Gene Colan. What's not to like, right?
Yeah. Dr. Vonchilla says, right off the top, the rabbit hole I was most attracted to and resisted the most was Justice League of America. Don't hate me, Shannon.
Oh no.
I'm like, not a fan.
No, I think Justice League's one of those books like maybe Legion of Superheroes. Like, well, a lot of characters. It's like the Avengers or the Defenders. It's like one of those books you either love it or you're kind of indifferent to it. And of course, I'm a big fan, and I know you are too. And but yeah, I'll try not to hate you, John. We'll see how it goes.
That's it. Our mothers won't let us play with you, John, if you don't buy a JLA mag.
We'll just take our JLAs and go home.
Oh. Paulo Costa, he says, "Greetings, Rod. Greetings, Shannon. Greetings, fellow peanuts."
Morning, Paolo. Glad to have you. Dr. Vonchilla's howdy, Paolo.
Great to have you with us again. Thanks for spending your Saturday morning with us, Paulo. Appreciate it. And Lady M says, "It's wild seeing Gene the Dean Colan art for other characters besides Daredevil, Dracula, and one of the best renditions of the classic Iron Man out there." That's true. You don't see. He had quite a career at Marvel, but that was outside of that. So yeah, it's kind of unique to see him doing that. Well, he did a couple other ones though. Didn't he do like Gem?
Yeah, he did Gem, Son of Saturn. That's another good one. I think most people, when you say Gene Colan, they automatically think Marvel. With Daredevil and Iron Man, Dracula. All that stuff, but he did a lot of good work for DC that nobody ever sees. Stuff like Silver Blade, and there might have been a Silver Blade 2 series too. Now I'm thinking about it, but he did a lot of work on Batman. You never hear anything about the stuff he did on Batman and Wonder Woman. He did a miniseries I loved. Was World? I think it was World of Krypton or some kind of Krypton miniseries he did for DC. It was awesome. Had like Superman, Supergirl. A lot of the Justice League members, it was in the Justice League. But yeah, that's just check out the stuff he did. It's really good.
Yeah, I'll have to. What's great, I think I mentioned it the last show we did. We talked about a website called Mike's Amazing World of Comics. That site is such a resource for me. You can look up an artist and you can get all his works by cover or by interior works or whatever. So yeah, I can go right to there, boom, look up, see what did he do in DC and go check it out.
Oh yeah. I love it. Gene Colan,
yeah,
Howard the Duck. Yeah. Gotta have Howard
the Duck.
Yeah, John. I think John just showed some of his Howard the Ducks in one of his last eye candy videos.
He did. Yes. I watched it yesterday. It was like I told him yesterday. I watched that. Hold on, just Michael, just hold on a sec. I'll get right back to you. But when I was watching his eye candy video yesterday, it was just weird because it took me back. I felt like I was back when I first started getting on YouTube and discovered the community, and his, yours, his, Captain Strange-Life, and Howler Mouse, and Hippie. You guys were the ones that I watched, and him doing his eye candy ones took me right back. I watched it twice. I watched it twice in a row because that first time I just got immersed in it, just watching these covers, and it like just gave me that nostalgic feeling like, oh man, this is awesome. It's like going back in time. So it's very, very cool.
Yeah, you can always tell, like when he's showing those books and he's getting excited about it, he'll get that low guttural sound like, "Oh, look at this beauty. That's just how we roll here, folks."
I love the passion. I love the passion. It's awesome, John. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for those eye candy videos. I know there'll be more coming. So Michael Taylor says, I've never heard of Silverblade. Cool covers.
Maranya says, wait, Paolo's here. Time to close down the live stream. Oh, wait, that's only for England teens auctions.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how, Paulo, I don't know how you can keep your schedule with the time changes and everything, man. Oh my gosh. I'd be tired all the time. Hippies Collectible says, oi, romance. Time for a cup of coffee, he says.
I knew I was going to hear it. And Eric's like, Pasha, I already have that poster. I'm sure you do. Yeah, but if I can't find that, I'm going to have to order another copy or two.
Yeah. Michael Taylor says, smart man, Shannon.
Dr. Von Chilla, Time for Love. That's Friday night, 9 p.m. to 9:15, right? LOL. Yep, exactly. Consult your TV guide.
That's it. That's it. Jackson Roykirk says, I was so in love with Susan Day back in the day, even though I was too young for her. You were not alone, Jackson. So
were not.
Don't ever feel you were alone, man. Oh, between Susan Day and the other one was Karen Valentine. Remember Karen Valentine? Man,
oh, yeah.
I had a crush on her. Oh, my gosh.
And Eric Breen, hard to imagine there was a time when Jackson was too young for someone.
Oh,
I don't know, man. That's too many rim shots. My wrists are getting tired.
That's it. Wow. Follow Costa says, only 15 minutes of love, Dr. Von Chilla. I can hook you up with some blue pills. Oh, no.
Oh.
We have gone off the rails.
Yeah. Family show, guys. Family show.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, Ed, Tony, why not art? All right.
Good morning, Tony. Glad to have you, my friend.
Thanks so much for spending this Saturday morning with us, Tony.
Yeah. Always
greatly
happy to
appreciate that.
And Ronya's like, oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
When Jackson was young. Winky face, yeah.
And Hippie says, hey, Tony.
Why not that? Going back to Tom.
And Dr. Von Chilla says, my earliest crushes were Priscilla Presley and Eva Gabor on Green Acres. I love it. I love it. Green Acres is the place to be.
Mastodon says, Starman was recommended to me by a good friend several years. I read the first volume last year. Fantastically emotional series. Yes. Awesome.
Yeah. I got turned on to that.
And I got to throw this in here talking about.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I got turned on to that Starman series by Robinson, courtesy of Howler Mouse, Tim Mullen. And I'm still collecting it. Yeah. I'm still putting it together.
Oh, yeah.
Great series.
Yeah, I am too. I'm a few issues away. I was just going to throw in talking about first crushes. Does anybody remember the name Kathy Garver?
Oh, doesn't ring a bell right off the bat.
Oh, come on, Rod. You've seen this show. You've seen this show.
I'm sure. Kathy Garver? Wow.
Yeah.
No,
This
I
was
don't
probably
recognize it.
mid 60s to late 60s. Yeah. She played Sissy on Family Affair.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. You know
Remember
what? I
her?
never knew her
Yeah.
name. I never knew her real name.
Yeah. Oh
Oh
no. What
wow.
kind of fossil are you?
I know. I mean, I remember watching it. Used to be on here at 11 o'clock in the morning. And when you'd stay home from
Mhm.
school, that was one of the things I would watch. So yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I didn't know her name though. I knew the other ones. What was his name? The one who wound up playing with Sigmund and the Sea Monster. Whitaker? Is that his name? And then the butler.
Johnny Whitaker,
Oh,
yeah. And yeah.
what was the butler name?
Sebastian Cabot, yeah, and then the
Sebastian
little girl,
Cabot.
Buffy was Anissa Jones played Buffy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anissa
Brian
Jones played
Keith.
Buffy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Brian Keith was
Me and
the
my wife have
main
been
father.
watching that show from the first series. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that takes me back. Wow. Jackson Roykirk says, "Sigh, I try to respect my elders, but Eric makes it so difficult."
And Hippie says my earliest were Annette and Haley Mills. Oh yeah, Annette
Haley
Funicello and Haley
Mills.
Mills.
Haley
From the
Mills.
days from the Disney movies.
Yeah. Yep. Michael Taylor says, "Very cool that Batman is on the Deadshot cover." Absolutely.
That'd have been a marketing ploy.
Maybe.
And Maranya says my earliest crushes were Robin from the Super Friends. I love that Alex Toth rendition of him, and Lee Majors, the $6 Million Man. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
wasn't Casey Kasem,
Yeah,
wasn't
we
he
could go
the voice
down
of Robin?
Yeah. We could go down a crushes rabbit hole here. $6 Million Man. Of course, that just leads me to the Bionic Woman and Lindsay Wagner. So
what was Stephanie Powers was also in there in that series. Something. She was a bad guy or something, but she was one I had a crush on too. Stephanie Powers.
oh yeah.
I think she was in the she had something to do with the Bigfoot episode with Andre the Giant and the two-parter, right. I think.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I think I remember that now. Yeah. And
Michael
Taylor,
Taylor,
very nice book. Yeah, thank you.
And Mastodon, excuse me, Mastodon Comics says some of those comics have been known to provide more than eye strain. And quite enough, Sayer. I'm jumping right all over you, Shannon. Go right ahead.
QNS says Jan Smithers, please. Of course, everybody knows her from WKRP, Bailey Quarters.
Yep. Jan Smithers. What was that? Remember Welcome Back, Cotter? Cotter's wife. She was a crush too.
Yeah, I can't remember what that actress's name was, but I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Because when I think of Jan Smithers, that's who I think of. I think of her, but I know it's not.
Yeah, they kind of got a similar look. Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Von Chilla says, do the blue pills create actual interest or simply a physical reaction? It's a good thing the other half doesn't pay any attention to my Saturday morning activity. Laugh out loud, he says.
Michael Taylor says, but don't roll it up in your back pocket.
Dr. Von Chilla says, taking your JLAs and going home, tears and anxiety.
The Gray Man's here. Hey, folks.
All right. Welcome aboard, Gray Man. Great to have you with us this morning.
Absolutely.
And Dr. Von Chilla says, indeed, Gene Colan's Batman was superb, very suited to the character.
And Mastodon says, Mike's Amazing World of Comics is a great site. I use that to search my birthday books and that of my parents. That's a great resource. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I use it. I bet you almost every day. Almost every day in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's just to go to the newsstand and plug in a date and just see just randomly what was out there.
Right.
Ranger Sly says,
Gene Colan also drew a pair of 4-issue miniseries starring a private detective set in depression called Nathaniel Dusk. Maybe my favorite work was. That's what I was trying to think of. There was 2 series of Nathaniel Dusk. Thank you, Ranger. Yeah, that's I got a couple issues of that. That's another one that I want to try to pick up, and those are like easy on the wallet too. So a lot of great stuff Colan did that nobody ever heard about or had heard much about anyway, because they're focused on Marvel.
Yeah,
I actually have there was actually a series or a mini series that he did for Dark Horse. I think of the Predator, and the movie Predator. He did like a comic series on that, and they actually did the art from his pencils, and it was awesome. It was just fantastic.
And Paulo Costa says, let's not forget Colan's work in Night Force. There's another one.
Yeah, I bought that series several years back when it came out.
I mean, you forget. There's so many artists out there that we love and everything. You just forget sometimes these littler, not artists, but littler, lesser known series that these great artists did.
Yep.
So,
Dr. Von Schiller, Ranger Sly, indeed, Nathaniel Dusk was low key awesome. Yep.
Yes, sir. He also says, pretty good DVC impression, Shannon.
Michael Taylor, I have a show idea for you and Shannon and the Peanut Gallery for future shows. Our 10 to 15 favorite golden, silver, and bronze age covers. Oh, we'll be all about that.
Oh, man. Oh, I like that idea, Michael. Thank you very much for that. That's going right in the idea pot. Absolutely. Yep. Ranger Sly says, speaking of love, Colan was also very good at doing romance comics. Now that I did not know.
The guy did everything. Yeah. He did a lot of romance stuff.
Wow. I don't picture his style meshing with romance comics.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
He's got that almost kind of Carmine Infantino action sway type of thing. Where would that come into play in a romance comic?
Yeah, it's just his like a stylistic sort of style, I guess, if I'm permitted to say that. But yeah, but a lot of the romance stuff was early on, So
okay, all righty.
Eric Breen, red pilled, black pilled. Around here, it's blue pilled.
Oh man, Dr. Von Chilla says Tony is here. Everything is officially under control now.
Hotel off. About to film an Aurora show while watching your show.
Ooh.
Be in the background like a cross promotional plug. Awesome. Yeah, I want to watch that.
That's
out there.
Cool. Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait to see that this afternoon. Hopefully, yes, sir. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Awesome. Dr. Manchilla says, to this day, I can hardly even speak the name Eva Gabor without feeling a certain way. I think we all have that kind of feeling with our crushes, that nostalgic feeling of yesteryear.
Michael Taylor says, speaking of superhero shows, I'm enjoying Superman and Lois. That's a great show on the CW. I mean, it's a little bit different take. A lot of people, I don't know if they didn't want to look at it because he doesn't look like the Hulk type Superman or whatever, but it's really a great show. The thing that I really liked, they really didn't feature any other superheroes the first 3 seasons. I mean, it was just him and the family. And I think last season, Lex Luthor finally came in. Before that, you had Bizarro. You had Steel from another dimension coming in, him and his daughter. And it was just, it's a great show. I would highly recommend that show.
I gotta put that on the list to check out too, because that's another thing. I keep hearing about it. I know you've said it, and I know a couple other people really like it, and I haven't even seen one episode of it. So, Soups and Lois.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, that and the Stargirl show were like my 1 and 2 things to watch, every week.
Yeah, Stargirl was really good, man. I mean, they had me at Solomon Grundy.
Dr. Von Chill, Johnny Whitaker, and Sebastian Cabot. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because I just saw Sebastian Cabot on an old Gunsmoke episode, and I'm like, I know that guy. I know that guy. Oh, it's Sebastian Cabot. Tony, why not art says, hey, John.
Hotel Orloff, Noreen Corcoran, Genia Gutter, Poppy. I'm sure he meant to say Pippi Longstocking, but Genia Gutter. I'm sure some of you guys remember her that watched the Logan's Run movie. She's the one that played Jessica in the Logan's Run movie, and she also played on the first Chucky movie, Child's Play.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ooh. Chucky. Michael Taylor says Linda Carter was a 70s crush, arguably the hottest legs in 70s TV. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Linda Carter, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, don't get me started on Linda Carter. Moving on.
Great enough saying.
Marsha Strassman. Yeah, that's the one from Cotter. Yeah.
Wow, that's it. It's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Shazam Boy 53, thank you for spending your Saturday morning with us. Appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
He says, Annette Funicello was my first crush, followed by Haley Mills, and finally, Sally Field. Still have a crush on Sally, he says.
Awesome. Yeah, I remember the first time I saw Sally Field was in the Flying Nun.
Absolutely. The Flying Nun.
Quite enough there.
Go ahead.
So I had a crush on Elizabeth Snowden, who was Doctor Who's sidekick, Sarah Jane Smith.
Now that name sounds familiar. But I was not a big Doctor Who guy, so I didn't watch a whole lot of it. But that name sounds familiar. Sarah Jane Smith. Was there something else she did that was mainstream?
I'm not
sure. Lady M says, later on my crushes were Tony Stark, big surprise there, not Colin and George Tusker art for him, oh my, and Randolph Mantooth from Gage from Emergency.
Right, yeah. I love that show. Him and what was the other actor's name? Kevin Tighe?
Yeah, Kevin Tighe. Wound up being the bad guy in Roadhouse.
Yeah, he's one of the club in Roadhouse, yeah.
Yeah, he was the big bad guy.
No, that was Ben Gazzara was the bad guy. He's the one
that. That's right. Ben Gazzara was. Yeah, no, he was the good guy. He was the owner of the club. That's right. That's right. You are correct, sir. I stand corrected.
Geeky Puppet Show is here. Welcome.
I'll be seeing Geeky Puppet Show on Sunday night. We're gonna do something, a little reading there. Go ahead, Shannon.
Maroni says, we've been invaded by a puppet.
Dr. Von Chilla says, Michael Taylor, as a hardcore cover collector, I probably drive myself crazy choosing so few books. Crazy like something out of an Edgar Allan Poe story.
That's serious. That's serious. And Michael Taylor, I had some of the glow-in-the-dark models in the 70s. Oh, awesome.
I can't wait to see that Aurora model thing from Gratu, because I've just seen bits and pieces, like the Wonder Woman one and a bunch of the superhero ones that he has and stuff. And I used to have a lot of the monster ones: Hunchback of Notre Dame, Godzilla, Frankenstein, Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon. I had all those as a kid, man.
Oh yeah,
a lot of fun.
I never had any, but I always wanted some.
Oh, I had the glow in the dark Godzilla. Oh, that was so cool. Geeky Puppet Show says I brought my cookies
and my milk.
Dr. Von Chilla. Back in the early 1990s, my dad returned to me my Superman and Batman Aurora models. I had no idea he still had them. Oh, that had to be cool.
Oh, that's terrific. That's great.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Michael Taylor says,
Harvey Dent became Two-Face on Gotham Knights, the acid in the face.
Ouch. Gray Man says, Jamie Agutter was in American Werewolf in London. I think that's where I knew her from. Okay. Yes, I think that might be where I know her from. Hippies Collectibles and an American Werewolf in London.
Spinner Rack
Spinnerack
Studios.
Studios. Good morning, sir.
Hey, isn't there something about this this YouTuber? Spinner Rack.
You know what? I think you are correct, sir. I think you are. Let me just check this out here. Huh. Dave, you are our nut of the day, sir.
Congratulations, you win the no prize.
Thank you so much for stopping by this morning. I was getting a little worried.
But you had a backup.
Yeah, get a backup. So there we go. All right. And Geeky Puppet Show says, by the time Rod gets to this comment, I will be asleep. Uh-oh.
Hotel Orloff. Pippi, darn spell correct. Yeah. I knew that's what it was.
Quite Enough Sayer says, Maranya, did you know emergency reruns are still on the air on FETV? I did not.
I thought it said Feet TV. I thought it was like a fetish channel or something. Feet TV. Gray Man, Leela from Doctor Who is the best follower. Phew.
Maranya says, I'll have to check out those again, QNS. Quite Enough Sayer.
I remember Sally Field primarily from Smokey and the Bandit, and particularly Sybil. I remember Sybil. She had a lot of things going on in her head.
Yeah, that was a freaky movie.
Yep.
Mastodon Comics says, probably showing my youth in the chat, my first crush was Tiffany Amber Thiessen from Saved by the Bell and Debbie Gibb. I think it's Gibson, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right. I recognize those as young people's names. That's odd.
Michael Taylor's head was arguably the hottest angel in my opinion.
Dr. Vanchilla says, Randolph Mantooth. Geez, I haven't heard that name in 50 years. Yes, sir, Bob.
Yeah, the Mantooth, that's kind of sounds like a character from Creatures on the Loose or something. Mantooth.
Mantooth.
Randolph is getting long in the tooth.
Yeah. Tony Why Not Out says Jacqueline Smith and Natasha Kinski were my crushes. Wow, Natasha Kinski I haven't heard from in a long while.
Yeah. Jacqueline Smith was one of mine, yep.
Michael Taylor says, unfortunately, I missed out on the original Aurora models by 5 to 6 years. Oh. And they've gone through so many different changes. They went from there to like polar lights and aurora lights or something like that, and Mobius and stuff like that.
Joe Coppinger, welcome. Says good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Great to have you with us. Thanks for spending your Saturday with us.
Thanks for joining us.
Why Not Art says merciful. Oh, Dr. Vanchilla says, Tony, why not art? Mercifully, it was Natasha Kinski and not Klaus Kinski that was your crush. Yes.
UNS says, my Godzilla Aurora from childhood got tossed. I loved it to death. Yeah. I would have a sad face too.
Yeah. Jackson Roykirk says, nice. Go Spinner Act.
Maranya says, welcome to the exclusive club of nuts of the day, Dave. Absolutely.
Welcome aboard. Easy Comic Reader says, congratulations, Spinner Act.
DVC, congrats on another day, Title Dave. Enjoy your no prize.
Ranger Sly says, beautiful work, Rod. Welcome to the nuts, Dave.
Michael Taylor says, Spinner has the Doc and Shannon floating heads. I like that. Yeah, that was cool.
And Geeky Puppet Show, eat at Joe's.
Winara, haha, funny, John, not Klaus. I said Natasha.
Spinner Rack says, thank you for the nut of the day. I am especially proud of that Champions #1 variant I have. One of a kind. There you go.
And Ronnie says, Randolph Mantooth today is still way better looking than that old fart Don Cheadle.
Geeky Puppet Show says, I'm the youngest puppet here. Whoops. There we go.
Michael Taylor, I think the polar lights are from the original Aurora molds. That's cool.
Yeah. And Hippies Collectible says, Natasha in Cat People. Oh, boy, he says.
Yeah. Great movie. And Tony's giving Hippie the sign on that one.
All right. I think that catches us up with the chat. So I'm gonna show a few books here. Let's see. Get that down. Whoops. There we go. Don't lose my place. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Here we go. One of the rabbit holes that I went down and still go down to this day was Charlton Comics, because when I was growing up, pretty much all we had was DC and Marvel. There was some Harvey around, but that was about it. Rarely could we see Gold Keys or Charlton or Dell even. So I remember seeing, let's see here. Let me just pull it out. I believe it's this one here. I believe it's this one here, Blue Beetle. It's number 5, I believe. Yes, number 5. I remember seeing this at one of my relatives, like an uncle or an aunt's house, in a stack beside the reading chair with the lamp and everything, the whole thing. They were in a wicker basket. So
great memories there. Yeah.
I never, and I'm like, what is that? You know, well, yeah, I was probably, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, maybe somewhere in there. And just never gave it another thought as far as comics, because I was so inundated with Marvel and DC and stuff like that. But when I became a collector and was able to start going to flea markets and stuff like that, I came across some of these. So then I started picking them up. This is the modern reprint of #1.
Oh, that's cool.
But I got going into these. I'm like, oh, this is so great. Then I picked this one up here.
Nice.
And this one here, I'm going to open up just real quick like, because there's something here right in the back that I want to show. And I know the other night on the Fossil Freakout show there at the Gratus, they were showing house ads. Well, this house ad right here.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, what? There's more? There's more characters? I'm like,
that's awesome.
Oh. So down those rabbit holes I went, you know. So I picked up the rest of the Blue Beetles. Is number 3.
There we go.
That's the modern one. I do have the original Charlton one somewhere, but it's not with this group for some reason. And then we got number 4,
Oh yeah. I think some of the stuff that Ditko did for Charlton was like some of his best. I mean, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and all that aside, I mean, that some of his best work was for Charlton.
Yeah, I mean, it really was, and I don't think he gets enough credit for his Charlton work.
Oh,
Here's,
agreed.
speaking of that,
Yeah, there we go.
number 5. So then I started in. I remember going to a convention up in Concord, New Hampshire, the capital of New Hampshire, and I picked up these. I picked up a bunch of them for real cheap. Like I'm talking like $1 a piece, because it was long before anybody really had any interest in Charlton as far as collecting around here anywhere. But
Yeah.
I started getting these Captain Adams, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, all right.
Yeah. I love that original costume. I love that villain too, Dr. Spectro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I picked this one. Dr. Spectro.
What number is that, Rod?
This is number 81.
81. Okay. I'm gonna write that down.
81, all the way from May 1st, 1966.
All right.
And then here's another Captain Action. Captain Adam, number 83, with the Blue Beetle backup feature.
Yeah. That's kind of like those Astonishing Tales covers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep, that split cover. Love it. So then I came across this one.
Oh yeah.
And this one right here is going to lead me to another little rabbit hole that I haven't quite fully gone down. I'm like hanging by my fingernails on the top. Okay? Because I collect certain Funko Pops. So when they came out with Peacemaker, I'm like, oh, Charlton character, got to get it. Okay, boom, Peacemaker, gotcha. One down. Oh, wait, they have a Captain Adam.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so I had to get Captain Adam. So, wow, this just came in the mail last night.
Yeah, I saw the text you sent me. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I didn't know they had a question one, but I guess they just about got one for everything now.
Yeah, any Charlton character, I'm gonna get one, And these I didn't know about it. I just happened to run across it on eBay, and it said you could order it directly from the Funko factory. So because they sell them on eBay. So I went right to the Funko one, sent this. Within a week, it's here at my doorstep. So it's like, yeah, so another Charlton character. Again, another rabbit hole, right?
Right.
So, but, and then, of course, after seeing that house ad, I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna.
Oh, that's a great cover. Yeah.
So I mean, you found them, and back then when I was picking these up, man, in the 80s, early to mid 80s, it was like they didn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
It's not that way now.
No, so Bob. And we got Judo Master.
Yeah.
Had to pick him up and get all his series. And then that led me to this here.
Oh yeah, that's probably my favorite out of their action characters.
Mm-hmm. And I love this cover. This is my favorite cover of the Thunderbolt series. I just love this. I wish I had this in a poster. That is just such a cool cover. That's just like a quintessential 60s superhero type thing. It's a cover and it's a pinup. It's whatever you want it to be. But I love this cover.
Yeah, when I first read those, of course, a lot of other Charlton stuff, it had the artist, as Pam, and I was like, who in the devil is Pam? And then, of course, later on, I found out it was just a pseudonym, for Peter A. Morisi, because the guy worked for the police force and they weren't allowed to to Moonlight.
Yep,
So exactly. He couldn't
Bam, right
couldn't let them know that he was a comic book artist too. So that's the way he signed his name.
Yep. And I wanted, what was it? I think there was another house ad in here that I was going to show. And of course, this had the backup feature of the Sentinels.
Oh yeah,
a trio of heroes.
Yeah, I remember those.
Let's see what else. And this one here has this little printing defect. It's got, this page is like, it's got this little piece at the top,
Hey,
you know.
that's Charlton for you, man. That's just more bang for your buck right there.
Exactly. I mean, it's just like a typical thing. There we go. Another house ad.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I'm there. So I mean, that's just, and those ones led to the more obscure ones, like Son of Vulcan.
Yeah, I think I showed that in one of our last shows. Yeah, I really like that book.
And Sarge Steel.
The Sarge. And for the most part, we have Dick Giordano to thank for Charlton's action line, because that was his baby.
Yep. And then that led me eventually to this series, or this character, Gunmaster. And
he kind of looks like the Golden Age Sandman with a gun holster and a hat.
Yes, sir. So I went down this. I'm still collecting, trying to get all of the Gunmaster appearances. So I'm still working on that. And then the last rabbit hole I went down for Charlton, as far as the heroes go, is this one here, American Eagle. He appeared in like 4 issues that I know of for Fighting Air Force.
Oh, that's great. I don't think I'd ever seen that one. Yeah.
So you've got like a little, little superhero-ish kind of feel.
Wasn't that the name of one of the Squadron Supreme characters? Kind of like the Hawkman ripoff, American Eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was American Eagle. There was one there. He was the bad guy. And there was also an American Eagle that appeared in, he was a Native American hero that appeared in Marvel 2-in-1, I think.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. That's a cool character too.
Yeah. So, but
so many rabbit holes and so little time.
I'm telling you, and then when you start, you start really researching and finding out what, like for me, what Charlton was about and stuff like that. Then you find out odd things about him that just make you go, oh, I got to get that, And
of course,
there was a series that they had called Unusual Tales. This is number 47 with a Dick Giordano cover.
Right.
But this series went 49 issues. And then at the end of that 49 issues, it changed over to the Dan Garrett Blue Beetle.
Right.
So now I'm down that rabbit hole trying to get this version of Blue Beetle, And it's just, it's so much fun, man. Where else can you have this much fun in a hobby? I'm telling you.
Right.
Just the variety. Bringing in myself. I love this cover too. Nice black.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah. And this only lasted like 4 or 5, I think 5 issues. And that was the last one there.
And that was all the Dan Garrett Blue Beetle, right?
Yep. And then after this issue, the series went to Ghostly Tales with number 55.
Right.
And then it was Ghostly Tales from then on. But I mean, it's just
Charlton.
Yeah, there was just such weird, oddball stuff. And then this was another one from them. This was, I think, 64. The 64 is still with the Dan Garrett.
Yeah.
So, bring in myself.
Yeah, they did and I'm sure you probably got this. The Secret Origins series that DC did in the mid '80s.
Yes.
They did a Blue Beetle dedicated issue, and I think the art was by Gil Kane, and it kind of went the origin of Dan Garrett and Ted Cord.
And then I had this at the end, which I didn't realize I did.
It's still awesome.
So there we go. There's a little bit of my rabbit holing. So let's see. There we go.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff.
Yeah. So let's see. Where was I? I'm trying to remember. Oh my gosh, I didn't keep it going. There we go. That was it right there. Okay, and the next one up was go right ahead.
The Geeky Puppet Show. I need a senior citizen to translate these jokes. There's another rim shot.
Jackson Roykirk says, when you do puppet, tell Eric so he can understand him. They were long after his time. Uh-oh. Wow. Man, the shots are being fired this morning.
Sound like Don Rickles is in the house. Michael Taylor, Doc, great books on the spinner rack today. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, that's some of my favorite Hulk stuff right there. Right, that's some of my favorite stuff. Geeky Puppet Show says laugh out loud at Jackson.
Ranger Sly. Oh yeah, Charlton Comics is also a rabbit hole to me, Rod.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so many directions you can go in there with just them alone. I mean, holy mackerel.
The Geeky Puppet Show. Get some Ativan and electrolyte supplements, and you're on the right path.
And he cries, laughing about it. Oh. Michael Taylor says, hopefully the Blue Beetle movie is accurate to the comic. Well, the Blue Beetle movie, I think, is not the Ted Cord Blue Beetle. I think it's
the Jaime Reyes. Yeah.
Jaime Reyes, right. Yeah. So, which I'm interested in seeing. It looked pretty cool. Yeah. CGI. I hope somewhere in the movie they do a little bit of a homage to Ted Cord Blue Beetle and maybe even Dan Garrett Blue Beetle. That would be super cool on there.
Oh, it would, but you gotta remember, Rod, this is Warner's and the DCEU, so I wouldn't hope too much.
I know. I'm holding out hope. I'm holding out hope that there's a comic fan somewhere in that production crew.
Geeky Puppet Show. Ditko wrote a Rocketeer issue that I recently bought. Cool.
Oh, wow. Dr. Vonchilla says, straight Ranger Sly. Indeed. Trying to put together runs of any Charlton title is a decades deep rabbit hole. And in high grade, that is a lifelong serious commitment. Absolutely. Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself, John.
Michael Taylor says, are you guys still doing a house ad show? Yeah, we want to. We've been planning on that, but somehow we get derailed for some reason or another. But yeah,
usually because I take a Saturday off because I'm, get a head cold or something. I don't know. Geeky Puppet Show says, I wonder if Rod will pull out an Amazing Spider-Man number 12 on Sunday during the reading. Got to give Eric Breen and his magic couch a run for his money. Well, I can honestly say I don't have a number 12 anymore. I wound up selling my number 12. I have my 14. That's my earliest one right there, and that's because of this guy right here. So, all right.
Dr. Vanchilla, is there a Phantom Funko Pop?
I believe there is, sir. Yes, there is. Hold on real quick. Yes, sir, Reba. Whoop, going down. There it is, right there.
There we go.
Absolutely. The Funko Pops are a rabbit hole I could very easily go down, but I'm trying to just maintain just certain ones that I want to get. Hanna-Barbera superheroes and Green Hornet and stuff like that. Geeky Puppet Show says, send me the Peacemakers.
Dr. Von Chella, who would have ever thought that first Peacemaker would become a hot book? Wonders never cease.
Yeah. I mean, that book's been in quarter bins throughout the 80s and into the 90s, you know?
Yep.
Michael Taylor says, GPS, I didn't know Ditko wrote a Rocketeer. Interesting.
That is interesting. Paulo Costa, the puppets, quick, somebody monologue.
Mastodon Comics says, Dick the Brush Giordano.
Oh, I love Giordano. Geeky Pup Show, it's time to monologue.
Jackson Roy Kirk says, all of these comics shows dig more and more rabbit holes for me. Yeah.
Dr. Boncha, I love that Unusual Tales 47, a blazer of a book.
I love it. The Gray Man says, I am after them Dan Garrett Blue Beetle issues. Yes, sir. You can find them in sometime. Really, most of the time, you can get them at a good price in decent shape. It's just the very first one that's a difficult one.
Gray Man, numbers went like 1 through 5 and then 42 through 48 or something wild like that. Yep. That's Charlton.
Paulo Costa says, the Jackson Roy Kirk, it's all a conspiracy to make you spend money. That's it. We're in cahoots with the comic companies.
Dr. Von Chilla, Ghostly Tales is an awesome title. Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Jackson Roy Kirk says, well, it works.
Dr. Von Chilla, Gil Kane lives. I know as soon as I mentioned him, that would pop up. The great one.
That's it. Geeky Puppet Show says, all these rabbit holes and we still haven't seen a rabbit.
Michael Taylor, fantastic books, Doc.
Thanks, Michael. Appreciate that. Tony Why Not Out says, love Charlton comics, especially the horror books.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many.
Oh, Gene Paul Ace Peter, welcome.
Hey, love Sean.
Love me some classic Charlton. Some Mysterious Traveler by Ditko was always my favorite. Oh, yeah. Great book. Great title there.
Yeah. Great to have you with us, Sean. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Good to see you. And Mastodon Comics says, GPAP. That's right.
Hippies Collectibles, GPAP. Hiya.
Dr. Vonchilla, GPAP. Gasp.
Howdy. Hippies Collectibles from Gene Paul Ace Peter.
Hey, you got a smiley face going?
GPAP, what's good at Mastodon Comics and Music?
And John says, I say they may do some sort of fan service in that Blue Beetle movie, even if they drop names or we see some old costumes or something. Yeah, that would be cool. Something like that.
Yeah, I know for a fact that there is a Cord in the movie, but it's not Ted Cord. So, okay, Why Not Art? What do you guys think of the DC revamp as far as the movie is concerned? Who are you excited to see or would love to see? For me, it's Swamp Thing. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I know that's on the slate, so I'm kind of interested to see. And I kind of like the last show they had about Swamp Thing. It just didn't last long enough.
Now, didn't I just hear that they've cast somebody to play Metamorpho?
Oh yeah, that's going to be in the Superman Legacy movie.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Metamorpho.
Yeah, it's going to have Metamorpho and Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, and going to have Hawk Girl in it. And Mr. Terrific. So lots of great characters are going to be in that movie.
Oh, see, yeah. I mean, Metamorpho, though, you say I'm there. Metamorpho, I'll give you my money. Here, take it now. Gene Paul H. Peter says, why not? Good day, sir, he says.
Dr. Von Chilla, too much. The magic couch.
Mastodon says, everything GPAP. Good to see you, sir.
Dr. Von Chilla says, oh, shizzle, the Phantom Funko Pop. Wow,
Yeah. Gene Paul A. Speedy says, Lee Fox Phantom. I could read that all day. One of the first comic strips I started reading when I started. Absolutely. Used to be the Sunday funnies every day, every Sunday. Michael Taylor says,
if you're going to have an early Amazing Spider-Man 14, is a great one to have. Absolutely.
Yep. Why not? Tony Why Not Art says, what's up, G-Pep?
Dr. Von Chill, the ghost who walks, lives.
Yeah. I love it. Michael Taylor says, we have to borrow the cane alarm from Graphic Man. Uh-oh.
Maranya says, to keep the comic book theme for this show, we need to see some White Rabbit from Marvel or some Bugs Bunny. What was the character from the Inferior? What was the character from Inferior 5? Was that Dumb Bunny? Was that her name?
Dumb Bunny. Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Von Chill says Robert Crumb had a childhood crush on a rabbit whose name was Bugs Bunny. Kind of gets back to Maranya's crush on the Super Friends Robbins post. We're gonna start tripping all over these holes.
That's it. Michael Taylor says, I'd like to see Grundy in a movie. Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah, he was it was great in Stargirl the way they used him.
Yes.
And Tony says, I agree, Michael Taylor. Yep.
So, and I think that catches us up with the chat for right now, the Peanut Gallery. So, Shannon, you got some more books to show?
Yeah. There's another little rabbit hole, and I think you showed some of these in one of the last shows. But some of our Super DC packs from the 70s.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I think every company had these at one point, and they had different names for them. You're basically saving a penny. You're getting 3 comics for 74 cents, or 3 comics for 59 cents. But there we have the first issue of Cobra. I can't remember. I think the middle comic. I think the middle comic was Man Bat number 2. And on the other side, we have Justice League of America 127. Great Dick Giordano cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take my JLAs and go home every day, John. And here we go with another one.
Oh,
this is DC Super Pack B11. Korak.
Yeah.
Some Joe Kubert awesomeness going on there. My favorite issue of The Shadow, number 2. Mike Kaluta cover.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I don't know. Got to be careful with these. I know there's a website. And the middle issue is a Commandy issue. I think it's the one where he's like issue 13 or 14 where he's riding the giant grasshopper. Click Clack. You remember those stories?
Yeah.
So there we go. Cool. And here's another one. And a lot of times I would get these just because of the Justice League was on it. Here we have, doesn't say, this is number A5. And there's only 2 in this one because one is the giant size. But here's Justice League of America 130.
Nice. Beautiful.
Ernie Chan cover. And the other book is Batman Family, number 5. Great stuff in here. Ace the Mad Hound, the Signal Man. Yeah. Here we got a Neil Adams cover in this one. There's a Superman 263. This is number A4. If you're keeping.
Yeah.
I like the way they did those photo covers. That's Neil Adams art. Can't go wrong there. And look, more Justice League. 105.
Yes,
this is where we induct Elongated Man into the fold. I can't remember what and the middle one is an issue of Lois Lane, so you can't go wrong with any of this.
Very nice. Very nice.
Here's another Pass C6. The anniversary issue of Action Comics.
Oh wow! Yeah,
and this is really cool because this is a story about their Golden Age Superman. and how he and Lois got together. Great book. Issue of Wonder Woman, number 244. And we got a Green Lantern in the interior. I'm not sure which one it is. And we'll probably never know, but I'm sure it's probably one of the Mike Grell covers on the Green Lantern book.
Oh.
And one more. Number A10 Super Pack, Superman 257. Jimmy Olsen 153. And the middle book is one of the last issues of From Beyond the Unknown in that run. So,
oh wow,
there we go. DC Super Packs.
Oh man, that is awesome.
Yeah, and this other stuff I just pulled off the display shelf for you Golden Age collectors and Archie collectors. Here we got Pep Comics number 91.
Oh, cool.
And this is notable for an appearance by Katie Keene. So, cool book.
I have not ventured into those yet to pick up, some of the superheroes from the Archie line, where I know some of them were in there. I've got one, I think, one Jughead one where they appear.
Yeah. And one of my favorite comics, Beneath the Planet of the Apes from Go Key. I've got like 3 of these. This one might be the one that has the poster inside. Yeah.
Oh, that's a rarity.
Yeah, it's loose, but it's in there. We have the Apes protest poster.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually seen the poster.
Yeah, and this is, like from the middle of the movie where the young chimpanzees are protesting the apes going with whoever's in the Forbidden Zone. So,
oh, that is neat.
I think I actually have 2 that have the poster. I think this one is going to they're even going to put it on. It's actually this is actually the first Apes movie that I saw. So I saw this one first, and then I saw the first one after that. And then I was, you talk about a rabbit hole, just talk about me and the ape. And we got some gothic romance here. Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love number 1.
Oh wow. Yep. Very cool.
And some people will know this. For fans of horror movies, probably one of my favorite horror movies of all time was Phantasm. If you know who the tall man is and the little flying ball and the little dwarfs, you know what I'm talking about. But they made one comic book, and I got this one. It's autographed by Don Coscarelli, the guy that wrote and directed the movies. Here's Phantasm number 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I love that movie too. Those flying balls and stab you in the
this is another rabbit hole for me. The whole Phantasm thing. There were 5 movies altogether that ranged from 1979 to 2015, and except for one actor in the second movie, the original cast was in every one. The original actors all the way through. So it's really cool. Fans of horror. Yeah.
Great stuff. Well, there you go.
And here we go. One of my favorite Harvey characters, Spooky. It's Spooky number 1.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Kind of rough shape, but I didn't care. I mean, I was just glad to get it. Got it for a great price.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. So
that's awesome.
Spooky and Hot Stuff and Dumbo the Giant. Here we go with some EC goodness. Al Feldstein cover. Weird Science Fantasy number 24.
Wow.
I actually got something on my drawing board right now where I'm trying to do an homage to this cover that I've been working on forever. But yeah, I love all the EC stuff. I'm sure we got a lot of big EC fans. Here's a DC Giant that you don't see a whole lot out in the wild. It's Young Love number 69. The Dick Donald cover.
That has been on my hit list for forever.
Yeah, this book is really, really hard to find.
Yes, it is.
What's funny about this one, you remember there's been all kinds of videos about the DC Giants. Alan of After Comics has some really good videos on these. But all these Giants were numbered except for this one. It says Giant, and usually you see that little G87 or G whatever, and this one doesn't have that numbering. It just says Giant on it, so it's kind of an oddity.
Yep.
So, cool.
And when you do find them, they're usually out of my wallet range.
Right. I got some more Harvey action going on here. Here's a Wendy Witch World #2. Nice square.
Oh, that's a nice cover.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, before I got into so-called serious funny books, Harvey was going to go to. And here we got another super pack from Harvey Girl Special.
Nice.
And this is Wendy Witch World #50, 20-cent cover. Then you got Wendy and Casper and the Witch Sisters and the Ghostly Trio and Spooky. How can you go wrong? And we got little Audrey and Melvin. What is this? #59.
Oh, wow.
I think in the middle we probably got little Dot. Sometimes girls. I was a big fan of Harvey. And here's some more Harvey. I'm not a big slabs guy, but this one was really cheap for some reason, so I decided to snag it a few years ago. Devil, I love the hot stuff, so here's Devil Kids #6.
Oh, nice.
8.0.
Very cool.
And Tough Ghost starring Spooky #1 with one of those famous drain covers that Captain Strangelove loves.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Like the white pages.
That is cool.
Yeah, I got one more slab to finish it out. I completed my Night Nurse run a while back, and for some reason, #2 was really hard to find, but I found it in a slab, like in a mid to lower grade, and it was the right price, so I went ahead and got it just so I could complete the set, and I'll probably be breaking it out of its tomb at some point. But here's Night Nurse #2.
Wow.
You gotta love those ads too. Here they come, the chop cycles.
Yes, sir, bub.
All right, that's all I got.
Oh, all righty. Bring you back in here. All right. Let's see here. We got to get the camera set up right. All right. So let's check out the chat once again. We got Mastodon Comics and Anthony Kerrigan, who played Victor Zass on Gotham, was cast as Metamorpho. Oh, cool. Very cool. I just want to see
the only copy of Amazing Spider-Man 14 I ever had came from the 3 for $1 boxes, circa 1976. Wow.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Oh. Tony, why not? I says the one who lives walks. LOL, Dargilla.
GPAP says underrated run with that Cobra. I love it. Yeah, I love that series. I think Higgy Pop just did a video recently on the Cobra.
Yep.
And I did probably about 4 years ago. I found no video where I featured that.
Dr. Vonchilla says DC Super Packs swoon.
GPAPs, long live Cubert. Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
He's on my Mount Rushmore.
Mm-hmm. Michael Taylor says, I like the header on the Cobra and JLA pack.
Yep. Good stuff. Why Not Art says, hey, yeah, GPAP.
Gene Paul Peter John says, nobody has done Caveman Junal books like
Probably
that,
Jungle.
man.
Yeah, probably
okay.
Jungle.
Okay. Jungle, yeah. Yep.
Absolutely. Mastodons, and I found the first 3 issues of that Cobra series several years ago on the cheap. Great stuff. Yeah, it's still on the cheap. It's a really fun little series.
And Tony says, I agree, G-Pep.
Dr. Von Chillos, let's see the legendary Batman 251 super pack, which is where my original copy of 251 came from. I have my original 251 that came in that super pack. I have never, ever seen an intact super pack that has that book in it. And I can't imagine what it would go for.
Yeah.
That was my introduction to Neil Adams right there, was 251. So I still got my original copy, which is well loved, and I got an upgrade. But that I would love to just see that pack somewhere, know that one exists somewhere.
Michael Taylor says, great Shadow and Korak pack.
Oh, yeah. Hippie says, I opened every 3-pack I ever got. Hippie, you lunkhead. We did the same. We didn't know. We were ignorant,
No, who'd have thunk it? Quite Enough Sayer says, we couldn't see the comic in the middle of those 3-packs without making spine ticks, and nobody cared.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Superman JLA pack. Yep, it is. Thank you, Michael.
And Sean says, something about the JLA books when they're sitting around the table. Love them. That's a gorgeous drawing of Lois Lane in the wedding dress.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. Yep. The only DC super packs I remember are the 20 centers, so it's fun to see the later stuff. Yeah. Yeah, they did them for a few years.
Hippie says, Pep Comics, excellent.
Tony, love that Planet of the Apes book. I knew you would.
Michael Taylor says, fantastic 3-packs. I vaguely remember seeing them on the rack.
Comic G-Man is here. Welcome, sir. Hello, gentlemen. Love it. Shannon, welcome back, Dr. Silver Age, and hello to all in Peanut Gallery.
Hey, Rob. Great to have you with us again, sir. Thank you very much for spending Party of Saturday with us. And the Gray Man says, Phantasm was cool.
Absolutely. G-Pap says, tall man, boy. Yeah. Yeah, you have to watch the movie. You have to watch the movie to understand that one.
Yeah. Oh. Gray Man says, Angus Grimm, the tall man.
Yeah. Ranger Sly, Romance Comics, another I missed out on my younger years. Now a very expensive rabbit hole. Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Yes, they are. And Comic Book G-Man says, the tall man, very cool, Shannon.
Dr. Von Chilla, Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love. Was that the nickname of my apartment circa 1983? Oh, no. Yeah, he better not let his wife know what's going on in these streams, man. I'll tell you.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, Tony, why not? He's laughing at it, too.
Ranger Sly. Okay. We've seen that one.
Okay. There you go.
Nice Harvey book. Don't forget Wendy the Witch. Yep.
Spooky #1, says Dr. Von Chilla. Yeah, yes.
Love it. Ranger Sly laughing at Dr. Von Chilla.
AP's Collectibles. EC lives.
Mastodon says, if you're familiar with Harry Harrison's Death World trilogy, there are comic book adaptations to the book. I am familiar with that. I didn't know there were comic adaptations.
Oh, wow.
Harry Harrison, if I'm not mistaken, is the one that had the novel Make Room, which was basically the basis for Soylent Green movie with Charlton Heston.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha now. I remember Soylent Green. Don't eat the crackers.
Yeah. Yeah. And Tony says, nice romance book, Shannon. Thank you, sir.
And Lady M says, don't let Pauline know about that, John. She's too young and innocent to know about your sordid past.
Dr. Franchella, indeed, the Young Love Giant is insanely hard to find in any grade and at any price. Yes, it is.
Yes, boy, don't I know it. Oh, man. Dr. Anchilla says, hizzle shizzle. That Wendy Witch world is an absolute blazer.
Tony talking to John. Hey, John, do you have any romance books at Dr. Vonchilla?
Dr. Bonchilla says Harvey 20-cent value packs. Come on, Shannon. My aged heart can only take so much.
And Tony asking if so, will you do a video on them?
Hippies Collectible says had a lot of Harveys when I was a kid. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Tony saying, ooh, night nurse. Yeah, I was happy to complete that one. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like you say, some of them are harder to find. Dr. Vonchilla says, Tony, yeah, I got my share of romance books. We can thank my sisters for my fondness for them.
And Mastodon, he must be leaving us. Have a great weekend, everyone. You too, sir. Thank you for joining us. Absolutely.
Yes, thank you very much, Mastodon. Have a great rest of your weekend. Take care. We'll hope to see you next Saturday. Michael Taylor says, fantastic books, Shannon, especially those 3-packs.
Thank you, kind sir. Dr. Von Chill, Chop Cycles is the back cover to my beloved Thor 207. Yes, it is. That's a good point. Yep. Yeah, John gifted me one of the 207, so yeah, I knew that one.
And Rob from Comic Book G-Man says, good stuff today, gents. Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate that.
Sir, we appreciate it. We do.
And
Dr. Montella, Joe Kubert not only appears on the Mount Rushmore of comic artists, he actually sculpted the damn thing. That's probably not far from the truth.
Yeah, really. Geeky Puppet Show says, I might need to start volunteering at the senior home. First stop, Eric Breen, and then Rod. I can organize all those comics for you in the back of my U-Haul truck. Yeah.
Good. Michael Taylor, Dr. Von Schell, that's amazing that you had 251 in a 3-pack. Yeah.
Oh, incredible.
I told that story before, but there was a store called Maloney's. And it was like a little concrete block building. It had like a basement, and you go down the basement, and there'd be like tennis shoes and clothes and toys and art supplies. And they always had a comic rack. And it was on that spinner rack that I got that from.
Man, don't you miss those places, man? Those little hole in the walls. I love it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Dr. Von Chilla says, I seem to recall a Batman 251 DC Super Pack sell on eBay a few years ago for a staggering amount of money. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Comic Book G-Man's giving the thumbs up with a laugh.
And Tony says, have you guys showed any Marvel 3-packs? And has there ever been a Hulk 181 in them? I do not know if there's ever been a Hulk 181 in them. I just got one not too long ago. This is the only Marvel pack that I got, and it's got Conan 54 and Avengers 139, and the middle book is Jungle Action number 17 with the Black Panther. So awesome. I have this gentleman next to me here for pushing me down this rabbit hole. He didn't have to push too hard. But I
just kind of like gave him a little. I just kind of gave him a little tap, just a little tap, and off he went.
But I love collecting these things. I wish I could afford more. I love these things because to me these are like real. It's nice we got our individual single issues, that we can always pull out of the long boxes and whatnot. But these right here, to find them intact from the 70s, man. I mean, these are true time capsule pieces right here, man. I love this stuff. So.
Yeah, and for I guess people that like slabs. I mean, I've never seen a slab 3-pack. I'm not sure how they would do that, but if you actually open the 3-packs up and put the back books out inside, most of them would be near mint, so they would be like perfect candidates for slabs.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at these. No spine ticks on these. There's no spine ticks. No creases. No dog ears. Nothing on these things. I mean, they are nice.
Yeah.
So, all right, here we go. Back. Take it
Dr.
away.
Von Chill, Michael Taylor. About 10 years ago, I sold my 3-pack copy of Batman 251, which was degraded to about a good, very good for what I thought was an insane price. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. So it was you that sold it. Oh,
That's
that's
crazy.
cool. Wow. 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 Michael Taylor says, I always liked how they would have Superman flying over his title on the Bronze Age books. I think those are the first ones I saw on the spinner rack.
Yeah. Yeah. Those were the 20-cent covers, most of them. Moran says, GPS, if you make that trip, detour my way and drop off the Iron Man books, please.
Michael Taylor says, Dr. Von Chilla, ouch.
Dr. Von Chill, Michael Taylor, yeah, Superman flying over the title was completely awesome. Awesome. Agreed.
Yeah. And I think that catches us up with the Peanut Gallery for the moment. All righty. Well, let's see. I know I got some more books here somewhere. I think I buried them already. Well, let's see. All right, we'll move those over there. Okay. So I'm going to show some books that I just recently got because there's a couple of little rabbit holes that I'm going down to get. So here we go. You've heard Shannon and I talk about Rob going to be hopefully at some point coming on our show to do a interview type of thing. And he's a professional artist, and this is some of his work that he's done.
Yep. That's on my Rob list.
Yep. And he posted some of this stuff. I think you probably saw it the same place I did, on Facebook, on his Facebook thing. Yeah. So as soon as I saw that, it's like, okay, off we go. And here's another one.
Yeah.
Of Rob's work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So great stuff right there. So that's another little rabbit hole going down, collecting Rob's work. Here's another rabbit hole. Just picked this up.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
You know, being I'm a Hulk guy, so all these little side things that you can get with the Hulk and merchandise and different things. This is pretty cool. You know, so very neat. Just really cool. Just so if you're a fan of the Hulk, man, gotta have this from like 1967, I think it is. It's either 66 or 67, I believe. Right. So just pick that up. And then we got here's a book that this is one of those short series from DC, and it only lasted 6 issues. I had 5 of them for probably a couple of decades, and just never pulled the trigger on the last one because it always seemed like there was another book that I wanted to get in front of it. So, right. But I finally pulled the trigger on this baby on Anthro number 6.
Yeah, I was actually looking for my Anthro run because I was wanting to feature on one of those complete series videos. And that was like the last one I had to get. And then for some reason, I bought another copy, but it's got the Wally Wood art in it on the ink. So that's really cool.
And for some reason, this issue is more expensive than I think number 1.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Is it because
just because Wally Wood was doing the inks?
I mean, holy mackerel.
Yeah.
But so now I finally got it. Decades later, I can put that series to bed. And here's another series that I'm working on, Gunhawks, and this is Gunhawk number 7.
Oh yeah. You gotta love Bronze Age westerns, man.
Yes, sir, Rebob. And I've got one more coming, and I think it's issue number 3, and that will close that one out for me. Here's another one. I know you're gonna love this one, Shannon.
Oh yeah, I love that little 3-issue run where they did like the anthology stuff. You know, you had Captain Fear and the Vigilante, and you had the Adventurers Club, and all kinds of great artists. Mike Caluto on that cover. He had Jim Aparo. He had Alex Nino, Mike Sikowski. I mean, just those issues 425 to 427. Man, I love that run.
Yep, and I've got the other two from that three issue run coming in the mail. Awesome. Here's another Gunhawks. Here's number 4.
Oh yeah.
So, like I said, all he needs is number 3, and it's coming in the mail. Here's another one that I've been it's painfully slow working on, but I finally found a copy of this. I was bidding on a copy that had water damage on the top of it, and it got to be up to a certain price, and I just started looking around. I found one that was going to be cheaper, so I knew somebody would probably overtake my bid, so I didn't bother to up my bid or anything like that. I went right over and bought this one. Buy it now. Boom. Push the thing. That's Super Villains Team Up number 1.
Oh yeah. That's one that I still need. Yeah. I love that series.
So I'm slowly making inroads on that. It's just one of those back burner ones. Once in a while, hey, I'll pick up that or something like that.
Right.
Well, and then this rabbit hole. Oh, well, might as well go with these first. Here's another one that I picked up, which was number 3.
Yeah.
And number 13. I like this cover.
Oh yeah.
So made a little bit of inroads on that title. And this one right here is just one that I just started. I've had a few issues of it, and I said, you know what? I'd like to find out, have some more issues of the early stuff. Okay. And it is Iron Fist. So I picked up Marvel Premiere number 16.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I know that artist is very familiar.
Dr. Ron Chillum might know something about that.
I think he might. And here's Marvel Premiere number 17.
Yeah, that's a great cover.
And Marvel Premiere number 18.
Yep.
So, because I can remember picking up issues right off the rack of this character, because I love those Bruce Lee and all that. So here we go with Marvel Premiere number 22.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So I said, why not? So down the rabbit hole I went. And then trying to get I'd like to get like the first, say, 15 issues of his single series. So I have number 1. I've had number 1 for a while with Iron Man guest starring in it.
All right.
So I got that one. I think I got a couple other ones with the X-Men up here, and there's one with Captain America, I believe, up here. So if I had those, if there was another hero appearing in it, I would pick it up, because chances are I had those other heroes, and I like to pick up, like, anytime Cap appeared in somebody's book, I would pick it up. Hulk appeared or anything like that, I would pick him up. But I never put together a nice run of Iron Fist, so I'm trying to do that now. And here's issue number 2.
Yeah. I always like that cover. I got that one. That's probably the earliest one I've got. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Here's number 3.
Yeah. I always thought he had a great costume.
Which one? Are you talking Iron Fist?
Yeah.
I thought that mask was so unique. I loved that mask.
All right.
I just love that way it looked. I wish they'd have, done a little bit more with that in the Iron Fist series that they did. No, what was it? The Netflix?
Yeah.
So here's Iron Fist number 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure our friend Tony, he's got all of those. He's a big martial arts guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, here we go. Is the last one the most recent one I got was number 10.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty close now. I think I need, I think 4 more to reach the first 15. So
That's cool.
yeah, so I was, and again, that's just another rabbit hole. You never know. You never know which rabbit hole you're gonna fall down. I think sometimes, you know. But all right, so we'll go back to the chat real quick. Let's see, where was I? Bum, bum, bum. Oh, let's get us both back on there so they can see us. All right. Drop off the Iron Man books. I say that. Oh, do. Okay, I think we have Rob saying, nice, Rod. Thank you very much, sir. Greatly appreciate that.
Michael Taylor, yeah, I'm looking forward to the Rob interview. As are we. We just need to get him on there, and he really wants to be on here. He's just waiting for the right time.
That's it. We'll be ready. Quite enough Sayer says, red dress, blonde caveman style.
Dr. Vonchella, Michael Taylor, selling the original Batman 251 among many other off-the-rack books was a test for me. It was, if I can see my most beloved relics, I can get rid of anything, and it worked.
Michael Taylor says, I agree, Dr. Vonchella.
Meyer Greenblatt, good morning, everyone. I'm really enjoying the show. Thank you, fellas. Thank you, Meyer. Glad to have you.
Yes, thanks for stopping by, Meyer. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for spending your Saturday with us. And Dr. Vonchilla says, Adventure Comics 425 was the glorious return of the Golden Age logo. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
The Comic Book G-Man, nice. Answer, Hollywood, very cool.
Yes, thank you. It's just one of those things for decades. I haven't pulled the trigger on that. Michael Taylor says, hey, Meyer.
Dr. Vonchella, howdy, Meyer. Welcome to the Magnificence. And Rodney and Shannon are here too. Yeah, we'll just take a back seat to John today, and
Oh, Paulo Costa says, Dr. Vonchilla, Gil Kane lives again.
Dr. Vonchella, Eli Katz lives.
Dr. Vonchilla says, in all seriousness, the Marvel premiere run of Iron Fist is a deeply beloved childhood run. I waited breathlessly for the next issue. Yeah, I remember having a few of them. I didn't pick up a whole lot of them when I was a kid, but I remember enjoying them, and it was a new hero, different hero. Liked it a lot. Paulo Costa says, Gil Kane, master of the pose and the master of the nose.
Jackson Roykirk, hit the thumbs up for our pals, folks. Thank you so much, sir.
We greatly appreciate it. We really do. You guys are the best, man. Michael Taylor says, I agree, Doc. I wish they would have shown him in that mask on the crappy Iron Fist show. Fantastic book stuff. Well, thank you, Michael. Appreciate that as always.
And Comic Book G-Man, for all the rabbit holes, got love it. Always falling down them. Very nice.
It's so true, man. So true. And the Professor Eric Breen says, shouldn't Jackson have been put in timeout by now?
Maranya is like, Iron Fist was an odd color choice costume-wise for hero. Yellow and green was usually reserved for villain-type characters, Hulk notwithstanding. Yeah. This is true. Never thought about that.
Yeah, I never really gave that much thought, but yes. You're right. Jackson Roykirk says, I'll take that rather than out of time.
Ranya's, Eric, I don't have the timeout wrench here. Otherwise.
Oh, yes, says Dr. Vonchilla. The cover of Marvel Premiere 10. David Cockrum flattens everything in one-dimensional illustration. Come at me, y'all. Oh, I love John. Oh.
Eric Green, for once, I am forced to agree with Jackson. Oh no, has that ever happened?
Oh my! That's one of the signs of the. That's one of the signs of the apocalypse.
Yeah, something's going to happen. The skies are getting dark. Look out.
Lady M says, I know that hurts you to admit, Eric. Oh, and that catches us up right now. And it is, it is 12 already. Oh my God.
Wow.
Where does the time go? Man, oh man. All right. Well, what you got going on today, buddy?
Couple 3 plugs here. We're talking about Rob, and I just I got a book in a cart online here, and I just kind of wanted to show the cover of that. He also did some Evil Ernie stuff. So great stuff there from Chaos Comics from our good friend Rob.
Awesome.
Support your creators, guys. Another plug, since we went down the Charlton rabbit hole, if you're a Charlton fan at all or think you might want to become one, you've got to get this book, The Charlton Companion from tomorrows.com. Anything and everything you would want to know about this company. It's like how they got started, all the different genres they did, the artists, the writers, the 2 convicts that actually started the company. Just great stuff. And last thing, for those of you that are interested and are Neil Adams fans, Silver Hair Bronze Age Babe and myself are doing a live stream at 5 o'clock featuring one of our favorites, Neil Adams. So anybody that's interested in checking out that stream, we'd be happy to have you. I know we've probably got a lot of Neil Adams fans, so we'll just get on there and have some fun. What's going on with you, Rob?
Now, I think you could have done a better job there. Okay, so how about we go with this? I couldn't resist, buddy.
That's
couldn't
cool.
resist. So
I'll have to tell her about that.
I'm probably going to post it out there today, so everybody can see it if they weren't able to stop by the shop today this morning. So I'm looking forward to it because me and Neil Adams and Shebab is wonderful. So can't wait to see you guys do your thing this afternoon.
Looking forward to it.
So, all right, gang. I think that's going to do it for us this week. So great to be back. And thank you all again for the well wishes and everything throughout the week. I really appreciate that. I'll try not to let it happen again. We really, really, really miss it when we don't get to do the show. We miss you guys because you guys are half the show for us. You guys really, really make it a lot of fun. And you could tell this morning, man, the chat was popping again this morning, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was great. And I know, we've talked about this before, but everybody understands. I mean, health comes first, man. So, everybody was saying positive thoughts your way and prayers and everything, and you have to take care of that, and then we can get back to this. Just so you know, there's no hard feelings, I don't think.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, you guys are, the guys in the chat are half the show. The nuts, they are. If there was no them, there would be no us. So, and that you take the time out to join us for a couple of hours on here or however long we're running. We deeply appreciate it.
Absolutely couldn't said it better myself. So, all right, gang, we're going to do, excuse me, this week's Community Channel of the Week. It's the Bronze Dragon. I think you'll enjoy what he's got to offer. So please check out his channel if you get the chance. Sub him up, and we're going to play that. And then we will see you all next Saturday morning. Thanks again, gang.